Supporting this, the approach round, holding the close angle, just misses the player, but they don't miss him back. 2 versus 5.
Did you find it?
Another round taken away here. There's a skeleton key opening a man with 25 seconds and only scratch damage to 2 of the other players. Probably not going to be able to build their way through here.
It is going to be difficult here. We've got Mentalist and Reaps occupying a similar position. You never really want to be doing that in this occasion. Mentalist playing on these black stairs, picks himself up what is likely at this moment an exit frag as he gets taken down by QBC. Now this is a point where I would be expecting to see a little tactical timeout coming in from Bleed because they've seen a good few sites. They've got a little bit of a feel for this, and Cyclops are up for the fight here.
Suddenly they are. Now it's
oh yeah, they're on a tactical timeout.
So far.
I'm in a mess with these windows. Fuck you know. Here we are.
Jock and me were given a free holiday in Colombia.
What's the Fearix score?
5-3. The Fear.
Okay. We love to see it.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
So have BRX, and they are really dominating Chalet at the minute, and they're looking pretty impressive.
Don't forget, this is GK's map pick. I said that this has been the map that GK has dominated in their own region. But then I suppose then you have to have that conversation to him about the MENA region. You know, is it going to be as strong as Korea? Is it going to be as strong as the other regions? Well, yeah, say not really, because it's still
Fearix winning the major.
You look at Korea and Japan, they've had years to develop their scene. MENA is still fairly new.
You've got to look at the performances that we've had at previous events from the MENA teams, though, as well. You know, we've had. I'm not saying they're ready to come in and win one.
It's a very different team.
There are different, but the point is that, you know, they are still coming and performing when they get on the main stage at times.
I've got time.
We'll see whether they can put the performances in here. Just looking ahead in this one. Looking towards that second map choice, which is Bank, obviously. FearX picking that one. It is their second preference map demo. Banned against them consistently. 12 times in recent history it has been banned against FearX. Teams not wanting to play them there. And it was kind of the choice that GK had. Do we take away Oregon? Do we take away Bank? They obviously took away Oregon. They find themselves coming potentially into Bank. They managed to open up their account here. After that tactical timeout, Neskin manages to find a double to kick things off. And this is what GK needed.
Almost loses another, and they say that, yes they do, as Key eliminates Rin. That was just from playing underneath the hatch, I believe, and it's a 2v5, the Deimos and the Blitz. See if they can get anything from this round, but it's going to be very unlikely. Plenty of utility still on the board for GK. You have Miro windows, you have the Azami you have to go up against. Don't forget about the Fenrir's also scattered around the map. What's Nova thinking of? Maybe just to jump in through the window in towards lobby and just maybe try and blitz your way in towards the site, and we'll double up now as well with Mephi, who could also just play in the window and stop anyone else rotating in towards lobby, and it looks like Nova's going to do that, just jumps in straight, but he's lost his player behind him. Now 1v5 for the blitz, a flawless for GK, another flawless for GK. That's the second one they've had this game, Tim, I believe.
It just seems to be getting to that point. It's one of those games where it's all or nothing for both of these teams. You know, in round 8, we saw a fantastic attack from FearX where they completely ran over site on basement and just,
Two of the teams I voted on were doing great.
And then GK come with a tactical timeout and a huge response with a flawless round there. Neskin kicking things off with a double, really put them on a great front foot. Look at that beautiful, beautiful wall bang there. Obviously just acting on a little bit of intel. Absolutely great stuff. So, yeah, GK fighting their way back into this one, back in touch, only one round in it. This game demo, what a way to start the Manchester Major. It's anybody's, it's fun, it's exciting, it's explosive. I'm really enjoying this one.
Bleed might win.
Care about the flank protection. He is not gonna stop Sharif.
That's
You're
what
the
I want
last
my
remaining
money on.
player here for CAG, and the last hope if they wish to continue here on Skyscraper. Hoven gathering a little bit of information.
Come on,
the
2v1,
drone there.
2v1,
Reese,
easy,
don't
easy,
forget,
easy.
On for
Come
the
on.
ace right now. There's 35
Give me
seconds.
my points,
He's
baby.
still got quite a bit to do.
I didn't even put that many points on this one.
Goo mines. They might try and get themselves close to formulating a plan where Shureep steps his way back, but the pre-fire around the corner, he's isolated. There's a hard wall, but there's also Reaps making the distance. He pops up, pops him down. A 1 versus 1 to keep themselves fighting on their map with only 15 seconds. He's got to get himself around. He's got a goo mine in his foot. He's got to pull out. Truly tying with nothing. Shureep.
Come
Really play
on,
off that visual
guys.
success as well in this stage with that kind of setup. So there's a lot of options, of course, for the defense.
Seriously, it's going to be. We've got some serious noise coming out of the teams. I think on the B stream. It's not ours.
Somebody make
because
it.
we're at the beginning of a round of applause.
fumbled
Absolutely
it.
beautiful through the cabinet. Puts Mephi on display as he absolutely rips head from shoulders to kick things off. And GK have woken up after the tactical timeout demo. Seriously, picking up Demic as well, but Rin is there to fight back. Manages to pick one up. 3 versus 4.
Wait, can I move it?
A good start.
What are you talking
You've
about?
lost your Thermite,
I can do that.
which is the
What
thing
you
we have
just
to
forgot
mention.
about
You've
it.
lost the hard breach, so that main one will be closed. That is going to be shut up shop.
Stream A. How is
Gonna
Fear
be
still
a
winning?
really big engagement for Good Boy if he gets this kill, and he
I
will
don't know.
pull back
Geek bringing it
into
back
an
a
even
little
man
bit.
count, but it just makes it worse now. 2v4, and seriously,
You missed
hungry for
bleed.
more,
They're the
are we? Yes, you
2v1
are.
match point. They
I saw
fumbled
that.
it.
The round, and
Yeah, I
Blaz
saw that.
got the first kill
Why did
and
Rips
gets
run away
the
that
last
far?
in the round.
That was
A very swift and decisive defense for GK.
Oh, they've just come back online in a big way there. What better way to come out of a tactical timeout than 2 back-to-back rounds, getting yourself back level, guaranteeing 12 rounds as a minimum here on map 1, and just really fighting back on your own map choice. But it's also the manner in which they've won those rounds. All of a sudden, VRX in round 8, great attack, absolutely ran over GK. They look like the tide washing over rocks. It was just as easy as that for them.
Wait, was it
But
5-2
then,
for Fear-X?
they've done nothing
What?
in round 9 and 10.
Was it
GK
5-2?
have kept them
5-3.
completely
Wow.
quiet, and it's been a
bringing it back.
brilliant turnaround from them.
5-5. Don't know who's going to get the 6th round, and that is such a round 11. Such a huge round in the grand scale of things, because it's either you set yourself up at match point, or you're going to have to try and fight back to get to that overtime. So it's a huge round. And Fear-X, one thing I will mention is that they've had the blitz from Nova a lot of the rounds. I've seen very little impact both times.
If I didn't know that Blitz had been being played, and you said to me, oh, he's been playing Blitz, I'd be like, really?
Yeah,
Right.
DK is
Has
doing
he?
this shit.
You have 2 ways that you want to play the blitz. You either play the blitz for your quick pushes where he can take ground immediately fast, or you're going to pick him because you want a shield to help with a plan. Right, that's 2 things. Because remember,
Wait,
with shield
this
operators,
guy's breaking
you can
blitz
plant in
every
areas that
round.
other people can't, because you can put the shield in your back, you can plant in the open, and you'll still
Wait, no,
possibly
wait.
survive. That's the thing you have going for you with the shields. I just haven't seen him do either of that. Nova seems to be a very passive blitz player, which I don't really think you can afford to have in the current meta, is to have a passive shield. Because as soon as a team knows that you have the shield, they will play every operator in the world to counter that, and they'll just double up on you and just play together to eliminate it. And already Nova just immediately
Nitro.
takes a C4 to the face.
Took a lot of damage there, trying to get in aggressively, as you said, go
No
in,
way.
take that space. Can he find his man? Seriously cuts down Mephi Neskin with a double.
on.
And once again, GK standing tall to whatever Fear-X throw their way. Rin is going to down Neskin, who now finds ourselves in a 2 versus 3. They've gone 6, just going in there and getting the job done.
They got 6. Oh my. Oh, Ren.
How are Bleed
Just
still
needs to get
losing?
here. The opportunity was there to find a double on the pickup. Smart use of the canister, the
Slow it
Zoto
down,
canister
yeah.
coming out from Tuber out there, just to prevent that push
Yeah,
around the corner
6-5
coming in
now.
from Rin. Demic, he's
They're
trying
bringing
to
it
find
back.
the alternative
SI
angle. They don't
combat.
have enough intel
Where
here, Demo. They
Phil
don't know
6
where
man
anybody
for the
is.
seven.
No, they dumped out both the
They've got
Doggy calls.
5 drones left and no knowledge.
Yeah,
They
the
just want
script
to try
is
and get the
going
kills.
their
They
way,
know
bro.
that they're in that room, but they don't know exactly where in
sad
that
thing
room
is
that they
that
are. And the time is just
Bleed have
ticking
lost
away.
all
And
momentum.
where have you came from, Key?
Yeah.
He's been eliminated by Rin, but Demic lost
All
his
the
life
teams I
because
voted
of
for, they
that.
started
It's an
so
easy
well.
crossfire established for GK. What a
still think we was gonna
strange
get
round
it.
that was.
I think it was.
Well, I don't know what got said in that tactical timeout, but it's
walk.
walking GK up one way or
That's
another
why
because
they
they've
got
come
like
out with
6
3 consecutive rounds,
5 rounds.
and out of nowhere they find themselves, they were 5-3 down, and they find themselves on match
GK's
point
on
now.
match point.
And that situation, all 3 of them were in office. They were picking each other up. They were surrounded, but they've still just, they were backs to the wall, and they've put their foot against the wall, and they've pushed back big time.
I think the timeout was just
Wait,
play more aggressive. That's what they've done. They have
Take the gun back.
gone ho against them. You
Yeah.
show no fear.
best
I know it's a little bit weird
pro
against Fear
player
X.
is?
Do you fear them? No, just go for it because it's working right now. Using the devour against the Blitz. Blitz, just no impact. Like
Hard to say.
really minuscule impact that the
Yeah.
Blitz is having in these
I
rounds.
think,
I just think you need to sack off at this stage. But yeah, Ren just had an
Uno.
absolute mare.
Yeah.
You know,
Uno
he
Meister.
gets the down
Yeah,
onto
exactly.
the player behind the mirror window. He
Just
knows
'cause
he's downed him.
He's
But
always
then
like so
he
chill.
forgets you've
like,
gone 6.
he
You
always
don't have a
keeps his
pistol. And he just
composure.
fires the gone 6.
Like,
He
can
misses
actually,
his
like,
chance.
get
The
killed.
revive
He's
comes
support,
in,
but
and it
he,
just.
like, gets killed.
It's just one of those rounds that Ren's going to be kicking himself
he has to
thinking,
come.
I should have had 2 there.
Yeah, definitely.
It's definitely Goga.
You've got to question the
You know.
Nova play as well. Comes in on the
Goga?
blitz,
Yeah.
pushes him on half wall,
Goga
but just
is
doesn't really
bullying.
commit to the fight. Like
What the
that's
hell?
the one person you
What
can't
the
fight.
hell?
Turns towards Master and Piano. You can't fight anybody there because
Uno
they're too long
sense?
range.
Or you can
You know, the
round
one
pass?
impact
I don't
that he
think
could have,
Uno
he
doesn't have a
just
YouTube,
didn't really
but
commit
his
to
sense
it.
you
And
can see on the
Fear
computer.
X
I'm happy to see
certainly
it's gone,
looking
though.
on the back. Yeah, I think definitely.
Uno
There's been no value
Uno
from it. Again, just
Right
little
here.
things. That's another
12,
20
12,
seconds that's just been wasted with a drone that's bounced off.
Which,
It
basically
happens,
my sense.
but it's going to cost you.
Because I use 800
Just confidence is seeping through for GK. You know, look at the kill department. Everyone in their
Okay,
team
GK needs to win now,
is
bro.
positive. Which that doesn't happen a lot. Well, to be fair, we kind of missed 2 rounds because of a bit of a rehost, but
No, I threw a
at the
drone
moment, just
inside
as it
that.
stands on the scoreboard that we can
That
see on that
Thatcher
screen,
skin, it's
everyone
so
is positive for
nice,
GK. The
but
kill
it's a
department
shame
is
about
working
the
so
team,
well
Mirage.
for them right now. And it's
You know,
up
the
to
Mirage.
Fear X.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
now on the back foot.
Yeah,
They're the
yeah.
ones under the pressure.
Team is
They were
dog,
leading
but
with 2
the skin
rounds.
is so
And
nice.
now they've lost, what, 4 in a 3 in a
Yeah,
row?
as well.
Could be 4, I don't know.
It
Like,
looks
they
like
couldn't
it's
play
only
it,
going
they
one
didn't
way. I
play
mean,
it.
Wait,
would
Fear
it be
X
the
is
start of a major
steamrolling.
demo that I'm casting map 1
Wait, are
if
you-
it doesn't get a couple of extra rounds
What
thrown
time you
in
on?
for some
Stop
spice? I
I'm
don't
2
think
minutes
that
on.
would. I mean,
Okay,
of all
I'm
the
a little bit
majors
ahead.
as well, if
Yeah.
I can't deliver overtime in Manchester, I'm doing something
Guys,
wrong,
see,
demo.
What's the point?
5v4.
What's the point of having
What's
this?
the point? What's
Should
the
have done it
point?
elsewhere.
Well, 5 versus 3 as
60
Fear
this
X
one
managed to
looks
pick
like
themselves up a
spooky.
big double, but we've seen GK be able to fight back from these situations so far. They know what's on the line here. They could get Chalet locked out here, and now the Mirror is going to continue fighting on library for the time being. But I
leading
think, as I
Kaga
said that,
6-6.
they just dropped back
That's so
into
tilting.
side, which could be a smart play. They don't want to
These
lose
might go
lives up
6-6 as
there.
well.
And Blast manages to pick up Rim
So
for free,
GK
but then
and,
cut down
PSG
on
go
Mezzanine.
6-6 as well.
Great trade from Mephi.
Yeah, I think Blast's done really well to get that kill, but maybe he should just fell back. You know, does he have to risk going above? And we see a very late mirror window being placed by Key, and that's just going to try and
that's
lock
insane.
down the stock area. As we know, that's the
But
crucial
43.
position that the defenders need to play in. Trix was thinking of maybe getting a little bit aggro and pushing up the stairs,
Wait,
but
they
we
have
know
no
the Fear
heads
X
up
are
on side.
ready
What
for
is
that.
this?
And 45 seconds, this is going to
Oh,
be
he
so
pocketed it,
difficult
yeah.
for the defense to really come back and win this one out, but could be doable. I don't know. They have the Fenrir traps that could maybe help them out.
The best thing it feels like they can do at the minute is try to burn as much time as possible. They don't know where X-Key is. He manages to find
What?
Demic. No, sorry,
What?
Demic finds
down.
Key. It's going to be down. It's 1
you for
versus
correcting me.
1. Trix with the drop over the balcony. Really did a job there. A smart move, I think, to go in and start
what's that
collecting
doing?
people.
Back.
Trix manages to get one.
What?
Demic is going to go for the plant.
What's
The time
that
is
for
running
you
down.
again?
Good boy is on
10
some
seconds.
essential cover here. Has to
Wait, for me
hold
it's
it.
30.
Demic manages to find the final
Wait.
kill. And we're
Let's
going to
fucking
overtime,
go.
Demo.
Yo, 1v,
Doesn't it the
1v1.
same? Does it the not
Fear
same?
X, let's do this.
Doesn't it the same, Tim? But yeah, here we are. But
That was a crazy finish to that round.
3 people down.
I thought it was Key that had come over the top, but it wasn't. It
No way
was
they
Trix,
found this.
but then the triple down. It was a smart move to just get in there. 20 seconds, that's brave to think. 20
It was
seconds,
close, it was
I'm going to
close.
pick somebody up.
You
It's
know,
a-
Get good
it's
boy
basically
back
a
on his
1v1.
feet for the cover.
You
Really
needed
smart.
to. I think right there for Fear X,
So,
all they
overtime.
needed to do was just say, right, 2 people are going to drop the hatch.
why is my stream
One
so
person's going to
delayed
push blue, other person's going to go lobby.
So, no, you
Then
and
you
you
just trade. But they
Yeah.
didn't. They were just very individualized the way they pushed it, and it allowed GK to get themselves back into the game and take the gunfights. where it should just be you just trade off the 2 kills and you still end up in a 2 Zeus.
Deter that death mark from giving away his location.
I'm putting Bravo on.
Now that
for a
is
sec.
a snappier push that we've
Yeah.
just seen
Let me know what
demonstrated
the
by
score is.
Bleed. We think about all the previous rounds, and it
It's
took a lot of
6-6 at the
time
moment.
weighing things up before they made it.
So same as
4
this.
players threw themselves in towards the other half of the top of this map,
4v2.
and they have found execution. The smoke, led
4.
by Mentalist on the glass, trying to just eke his way in to a fight round the side. There's a bit of a breach,
they're
but
doing
they've
the
got
same.
time
Oh,
to
no,
play
no.
with and cook with at this point because of how quick they were. They didn't allow the rotates. Black Gray gets the snap, doesn't have time
Please don't sell
to
this.
pull the pin on the C4. Shuri
Wait, is it
might
6,
suffer
4?
next.
Is it 4v2 for Bleed?
But he's able to suddenly
2v2
find
now,
the fight
for
round the
fuck's
back end
sake.
of the trophy. Has
Don't.
the pings
Oh my
on
God.
the
Stop.
far range. The C4 fishing
Everything
gets half
keeps
a
going.
Hoven, but not the full bake.
No
Shuri's
way.
able to find his third for the round, and Mentalist, he's knocked out as well!
I'm
And I said
fuming.
it,
Oh
it's not
my
just that they're on the
god.
defense, they have the momentum and they've got the energy, and Ollie
I can't believe
Because
it.
he
What
always
is
did. That's
going
probably where he got it
on?
from, where- That's probably where he got it from, where he just tosses a C4.
Now my stream's buffering. Oh my god.
Oh, how? Beers on match point and all or overtime.
Whatever life throws at you, laugh through it with comedy on Audible.
I want to watch this game. Oh my god.
Earlier in the
Right,
game,
yeah.
you picked up on it, Demo. You said they were a little bit fractured, a little bit
weren't helping each
separated
other.
sometimes,
Yeah.
whereas now, look at the difference. Always there for the trade, keeping themselves with a man advantage. They can play the rest of the round like that because they 3v2. So long as every time FearX get a kill, they find one in return,
Everyone's talking
they
about the
win.
bleed game
It's
in
as
this chat.
simple as that, and really nicely done from GK. Just pressure constantly. Good boy gets one, but he's then being pressured from somewhere else. Then he's being pressured from the hatch. It was just non-stop for him, and FearX didn't really have the answer. Blaz, he knows he doesn't need to aggress here, but he will anyway, and he's going to find a beautiful headshot onto Rin.
So first time casting Blaz then, you know, expecting him just to swing every window. He's like a dog in a car. It has to go, his head has to go out the window. Oh my goodness. But Nova, all by himself. An attempt of opening up the mirror window will be stopped. And yeah, just not looking too good here for Nova, and Blaz, yeah, waits for him, gets his kill.
Oh my god.
Oh, the Frenchman. He's on form today. I mean, that's what I said. I think
Which
he
one am I
needed
watching right now?
Blaz to show up today, because he
Come
is
on,
one of
man.
those impact players
Yeah,
who
same.
he can
40
just take
seconds
control
left.
so quickly of the game, and he's just
Nah,
such a
Blaz
nightmare to
actually
deal with,
cracked.
because he is one of those kind of Jumes characters where he's so annoying. He is so annoying to play against because he knows every little rank strat in the book, and he will just abuse that. And he's saying, oh, how are rank strats working in professional play? Trust me, they do. Sometimes they do.
Yeah, it's been great from Blaz so far. The impact that he's had has been tangible in almost every round. He's sitting at about a 70%
Match
cost at the
point
minute.
for
For
GK.
anybody that's newer into Siege, maybe cost when we talk
How do I
about
look
that
at
as
the
a
lineup?
statistic, as a percentage. What we're talking about there is KOST,
Wait,
so
is
kills,
there a tactical
objectives,
pause
survive, trades. So how often do you do one of those things? Big team mechanics. How often do you do one of those things in a round? Well, 70% of the rounds we've had Blaz getting at least a
that?
kill, playing the objective, surviving the round, or his death being traded. And it just
Alright,
shows the
wait, come back.
contribution that he's making in so many of these rounds. And seriously, alongside him as well, his cost is actually better. He's higher at the minute. And those two are really...
that massive middle part.
great.
Looking at Dragon, Shrine, Terrace, all of this area. is
1
the
minute
choke
left on
point,
this bleed
and
game.
it's still technically in Bleed's control. So without them being
Wait,
able
I'm
to
gonna
force
open
out
Bleed for a
Hoven,
second.
who's happy to sort of dibble and dabble and dance behind the Dragon statue, they're just
Wait, no
throwing
way,
utility
bro.
at sort of nothing now. And without it, well, where do you execute? There's a rotate
way
going
Bleed
towards the bottom of the
loses
brown
this.
main stairs. There's a bit of
Reaps
pressure
at
that's
least,
coming into Anaton's
like,
favor.
trying to
I
bring
said
it
they didn't want
back.
him to be the first fight, but they're happy for it. Asfi and
Okay, come
Hoven,
on.
they're able to get two back themselves. Shuri keeps trying to push, but keeps finding Fenrir.
Asfi can
Yeah,
play
this
himself
shoe
here
read got
inside a
so-
cage. He's got a good line
so
of
like
sight
an
onto those
enemy
main
character.
stairs. 3 versus 3 as Mentalist. He too
not
shall
feeling.
fall. Hoven still has that position
On
to
the
play, but over aggression from
Cyclops
Asfi. Why is he getting caught out there? Surenek there doing a great job to pick him out. Hoven, he has to try and keep himself alive. He's at the top of these black stairs now. He's got Turd underneath, now starting to feel the pressure as well, and we can hear and see those firebolts coming
Come on,
through.
please,
A
come
plant
on.
is going to have to go down
I don't
now.
get how
I
these
mean, that's
matches
the
could
point.
be fixed.
Where's the
I don't know why I
kid and
keep
where's
saying
it
that.
going? They're trying to break their way onto
What do you
Geisha, but the
fix?
back line is
People keep
perfectly
saying these
placed
matches
here.
are like
Hoven
scripted,
gets the
they're
drop
fixed.
on the player. They don't have time.
Oh,
Oh, it's close. It's
Fear X is either they try and retake and they try and go for the retake and
Now we
force
go
that
back
into
to
a hatch,
Fear.
for example. Or else do they try and play out for the smoke? They don't really have any C4s they can rely on. It's going to be difficult. And for
Wait.
GK, as long as they can just play it well and play
This
it
might go
right,
full overtime
they
on
should have no
Bleed.
issues. But one thing I'm curious about as well is maybe they're just going to try and go
30
snowmobile because
seconds.
the single wall for
3v3.
snowmobile is reinforced. If that was opened up, you couldn't really do that. But because it's reinforced, it does put the defenders in a position where they don't have the long angles to challenge onto the main breach.
2v3, 20
Nova knows
seconds.
that Blast is working
What, on the
forward here.
Fear X?
Here's the sound
On
come
the
from
Bleed.
the barbed wire, but it's not going to be enough for him to be able to get that
Cyclops
peek around the
500.
corner. I think he could see the
Wait,
laser
are
sight
you, what,
of Blast's
7-7?
rifle as well that just gave away that position.
No,
but
6-7.
ultimately, it's actually Nova that comes away with a ton of damage there. And GK,
Wait,
they get
okay,
away
2v2.
scot-free realistically. Blast continues opening up those verticals. And as you say, Demo, this is all shaping up towards that front side of push.
What? You're
Oh, Blaz is in. He's been flashed
No,
by
it's
his teammate,
second.
but he's still
It's
okay.
7-7
I don't even know if they know if he's
Cyclops.
actually in here. Now they will. And Blaz is trying to storm
I'm going
through.
on
He
main
finds another one, but Nova
Okay,
is still
Geek has
safe.
this.
He
This
is
is
still
mental.
on this staircase. He's been here for ages. Good Boy's
Wait,
retaking
Blaz
in
looking-
towards Bins. They have no idea he's there. He is going to be in for one hell of a surprise. Finally, the man on the stairs falls. But Good Boy's still alive, and there he goes. He appears, and he finds another one. 3 kills for Good Boy. What a rotation, what a movement from him. And he's basically just kept his team alive in the
Smoke
map.
the soul.
Come
Absolutely
on.
fantastic
Not good
play from Good Boy, just sneaking himself into a little position and doing some serious damage. Neskin goes in though. 1v2 becomes a 1v1. He knows where the last man is, but he can't find him. Mephi on the shotgun moves around the corner, and with a single pump, he takes the
I'm
round.
baffled.
And we are going all the way to
Baffled.
15. Map
Oh.
1 chalet between Fearex and
There was only
GK.
one on that
And
main.
what a game this is turning out to be. Blaz with the drop into sight. Demo, he just couldn't have the impact that he needed. That kill
Wait,
from
what stream are you guys
Nova
watching?
onto Blaz was huge.
I'm watching.
Oh, it was Good Boy for me.
Let's fucking
Great
go.
boy.
Yeah.
Can we call him Great Boy?
Go for
What
it.
a rotation. Just, that's one of those things
Nate,
where if, if
7-7
you're
as
going to
well.
VOD review
It's
that
7-7
as
main
GK,
shoot,
you will see that that is just
Wait,
timing.
5v4 for
As
Bleed?
you
For me,
start
it's
to
still
rotate
5v5
off
and
the
it's
vertical
back-
angles and get in
back-
position for the plant,
What the hell?
he has then just slipped in. If someone's
What time are you on Bleed?
15 seconds into the like 50 seconds left of the prep phase. Now it's 5 seconds left. Now it's action phase.
Come on.
Good indicator of a push.
Bleed.
Well, with the bees going out there as well,
Joel
you can
needs
be
to carry
pretty
them. They need to
safely
get Joel
assured
in.
that
On
something
both-
is
on
happening
both
right
games,
now.
it's
Aspie's got
max
himself to the
overtime.
top
It's
of
crazy.
those black stairs, and he's just waiting for his teammate to collect a few on the cross hop with the LMG, holding a nice skinny angle there. Might find
Poor Bleed.
himself two here, but no, gets burned by Sureneko.
4 versus 3, but he's reloading in the middle of a window. It doesn't really matter. Everything else is exploding inside
No,
the site.
don't spoil
Anaton,
it, 'cause I'm so
the man
fucking
who I
angry.
said once upon a time defied
my
shields,
God.
gets defied by
Oh,
one
Bleed.
Bleed.
Thank you.
Let's
How
be
they
honest,
so-
only just, but it's their first map to take, their opponents
go.
to take it from them.
Look at my points,
However,
man.
it is a tale of the best of
49,
3,
let's
a
go.
tale that's sold
We're
as old
balling.
as time. Will this be a bit of a quick
We
one on
are
Labs,
balling.
or are there lessons learned that can be delivered for both teams here?
I think Bleed are going to breathe a sigh of relief there. That's, in my opinion, the
told
result
you
we should have
Bleed's
seen
gonna-
right at the start. It just took a heck of a long time for us to get there. Cyclops, they were late to the party, and sometimes when you're late, you miss
Bleed's
out
gotta
on the
win
best
this one,
seats,
right?
and
It's
you
gonna be their
can
map.
get caught short.
I wanna see
In an
the-
ideal world for Bleed, they would have taken that.
I'm going on stream
defenders.
8.
Rin has got the sense, so a
What-
little bit of a change
what
did
time are you on?
happen with the sense. Where, as we know,
Sume?
we've got 4
On main.
of the charges
Yeah, 2
now,
minutes
so
left.
you can really start clogging up the bomb sites.
Good Boy's done some
You're
great
headless.
work on the Twitch there, managing to clear off that
Don't spoil
electrical.
my guy.
Yes, they've still got the Tubarão on the top floor to
Go
deal
away.
with. They need to move him out of this position. We saw the damage that could be done previously if you're not going to manage this breach on the top floor. But Tubarão, for the time being, Neskin just
DK,
looking
when
to
this
hold
out?
on to that position, because until he's
Outside.
clear, they can't
Sucking some
really
shit.
look to get in and open the wall onto site. Nova, he's just going to keep clicking
pardon
away
me?
at that exothermic charge, but he's just waiting for that Zoto canister to clear off. Are they going to get both of these open? That's the question. The wall's been re-electrified,
guy is
so
having a bad
that
game,
means
bro.
the exothermic has been tricked off. They're not going to be breaching into office.
Oh,
They've got to
brilliant,
find a way.
brilliant.
And Fear X, while stalling
Oh,
out, GK
no,
have
come
taken
on.
advantage.
Oh, big down. Would have been better if it was a kill. Seconds and he won. Oh, Demic. Just barely
Jesus.
gets out of that one. But
Dude,
again,
it's
they're
not
just
tough,
struggling. They can't get the wall open. Nova, where are you going with the case?
What a
He
C4,
falls.
what
He
a
had no
C4.
more thermite charges left, and it's just a head loss from
my
Fear
God.
X. A complete lash out.
Oh,
Gives
they've
GK
thrown it. They've
all
fumbled
the
it.
time in the world to close out a 1v4. Good boy.
50 seconds.
Not
Wait,
gonna be
wait,
good
yo,
enough
QX is
to
cooked.
save his
They
team
cannot-
this
yeah.
round.
Oh
And
my
GK,
God.
it was
Yeah,
hard
okay.
fought, but my God.
Yeah, GK won.
Oh, they take the first map. They take their map in Chalet.
What a map
Yo,
we've
GK won
just
that.
had to open things up at the Manchester Major. GK getting
won.
it done at the end. It was really nice play from them. The Tubarão up on the top floor, they really understood
he's
what they
probably
needed
done
to
half.
do there in order to win that
was
side.
not good.
And as soon as Fear X couldn't get that office wall open, it was panic stations. They didn't know what to do, Demo. They start getting hit with nitros thrown into
What a
lobby.
game.
They know they can't breach the wall into sight. They wander in towards dining corridor with the case. It all falls apart. But let's not take too much away from Fear X. It was a great performance on a map that they're not really known for.
No,
They've
no.
put a marker down.
Yeah, they have, and don't forget, it's the best of 3. It's not best of 1, so there is still hope for Fear X in this series, considering they go to their
Yeah,
map,
Nova
of
guys
Bank,
need some-
which has been a permaban for
Against
GK.
them, yeah.
It's, you know, this is...
Permaban for GK, permaban against Fear
Exactly.
X.
It's a map that GK, we haven't seen them play, and it doesn't look as though they want to play it because they've just been banning it most games that they go into in their meta league. So I think it'll be an interesting
Can
one.
I watch the game?
Yeah, I
please?
agree. I think it's going to be a tough one for GK to come out and get a win. I think we could well be looking at 3 maps here. We've got some of our highlights coming through, and honestly, there was so many in that matchup for both of these sides. They both had huge moments. You know, in the back end of the game, particularly, we've got to give a shout out to Good Boy and a couple of big plays that he made along the way. This one in particular, just absolutely brilliant movement to get himself into a tricky position and really did some damage to that GK attack.
Yeah, I mean, GK started off a little bit rocky, especially if you look at their kind of first 2 rounds of their defense. They were very alone. They weren't really helping each other out. And then that timeout came in, and just everything changed. You know, the power of a timeout, I think, has been proven a very powerful tool for GK.
Yeah, it was, the tack timeout was massive, like you say, 3 rounds on the back of it. I think we can have a look at our stats across the map as well and just see exactly, because we did have a little rehost in the middle there. So
Yeah,
we
we
didn't
did,
quite get those final figures, but we can have a look at them now and see how everybody did. Blaz, and seriously, I was shouting them out along the way. 29 kills between the 2 of them. It was really, really big.
Yeah, I mean, Blaz, look, I said before, he's going to be the guy for them. He really is. You know, we've seen what he can do to different regions. Seen what he's done to NA, look what he's done to Europe, and now look what he's doing. Well, this is more of an international stage for him, isn't he? He's doing it now on an international stage, which we didn't get a chance to see on before.
Yeah, it was great stuff. So that is the end of map 1, but we've got
I
so
mean,
much
they
more
went to
siege
map,
to
they
come
just
for
played
you. We're going to have
Oh,
a
yeah,
quick
yeah.
break,
They won
and then we're going to be getting into map 2. Fear X versus GK. It's going to be Bank. Don't go anywhere.
They
I mean, GK won too.
they wasn't far from losing it. I don't know.
Yeah. Both of the games were 7-8, right? Or one game was 6-8.
I think they both went overtime match point.
7. Yeah. Crazy. What is this? Two.
Discover new CeraVe Blemish Control Cleanser. Helps unclog pores and reduce the appearance of blemishes
Ben, are you here?
with 3 essential ceramides. CeraVe
Ben,
maintains
you
the
bought.
skin's natural barrier. Control your blemish-prone skin
I
with
Ben is,
CeraVe, developed with
shocking
and
issue right now.
recommended by dermatologists.
I wanna play some Siege. Good lane, really good lane. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm gonna walk the box quickly.
If you're ready to quit vaping, Nicorette Quick Mist starts relieving cravings in 30 seconds. Discover more at nicorette.co.uk.
Welcome back to the Manchester Major. We are in map, well, it's going to be map 2 demo of best of 3 here. GK taking the first map against FearX. We're 1-0 up on Chalet, and what a start we had.
Yeah, for a minute there I heard you say we're at the Manchester Major in Manchester. It's like, well, yes, Tim, of course, where else would you be? We're map 2 of our first game, but look, already it's fireworks, stream B, another 8-7.
Exactly the same.
I blame you. And Dez isn't here, so it is him. It's your fault.
That's it, it's fact. No,
That's
it's
it.
fact.
So, Dez, you're off the hook. Congratulations.
We're going to be getting into this in just a couple of minutes. The players, as you can see, getting themselves ready after what has been a bit of an epic battle between these two so far. Both teams had their opportunities, Demo.
Hello.
Both teams had advantages at stages. It was 5-3 to FearX at one point, and then GK take attack timeout, battle it all the way back to 6-5, and then we go to overtime. It was just a wild, wild finish.
Both teams have had rounds where they've looked flawless, quite literally, because they win flawless rounds. And we're sitting there thinking, wow, amazing. And then there's some rounds where both of them are just so scrappy and it comes down right to the wire. So, I mean, you look at the spread of things, one diffuser planted, that's it. Everything else is killed. I kind of expected that that's the way things were going to go. GK aren't really a side that you would expect. They're going to be orientated around the kills, or around the plants, should I say, sorry, more towards the kills because of who they have and the players that they have.
Yeah, absolutely, and we saw that a couple of times from them. You know, a few times on the attack, Blaz is kind of just stood inside a site, getting kills.
He's just looking for an opening, isn't he? And
that's something that FearX can take away from that as well. You know, FearX can learn from that and look and think, we just need to tighten up on what's going on inside of our own house here. So long as we stop Blaz walking in, so long as we stop doing that, they're not really playing the objective very well. And on something like Bank, there's an opportunity here to burn a little bit of time at the beginning of the round and then force GK to play that objective.
See a social prediction, 45% to FearX, 55 to GK, which is always strange considering GK's already won the first map, and a lot of people then will just straight away say, oh, let's go for the team that just won. But I think everyone understands now what the map is that we're going into. We're going into Bank. It's been a permaban for GK.
FearX is losing.
It has. It's been a permaban for GK, and it's been almost permanently banned against FearX. This is one of their better maps. It's a second preference map. We're going to see the Monty taken away immediately by GK Demo. We saw it in the previous map as well. They do not want to be playing against that shield.
No, and I think whenever you look at Monty on Bank,
especially on Bank,
it is his best map by far.
Yeah.
The pushes that you can do, the early control of server, up the spiral stairs with your top 4 attacks, you can walk into open area or walk into kitchen in the open area defense and just plant with ease. So many ways you can abuse the Monty, and yeah, no surprise to see it being banned away. Ying also goes, and look, this seems to be very familiar with Chalet, but that's a new one. It was Valkyrie last time. Now we have the Fenrir, which I keep mentioning. I think he is the best.
Very, very good. We may well see some Valkyrie play here on Bank, given the fact that she's been left on the board. We'll see as we go. It'll depend on the sites, particularly. Not too useful for
you'll see it probably.
Yeah, I was going to say not too useful on a basement defense, but certainly on a CEO defense because of that big main lobby. You get some Valk cams in there, there's a lot of places to check. Even if you bring the IQ, there's still a lot of scanning to be done to try and track them down and find them. There's a lot of places that you can hide them, so we may well see a little bit of Valk being brought in. As we say, and I've said it since I started casting 5-6 years ago, consistently throughout, many things change inside a Siege, but one thing that does and always will remain the same, Demo, is how important intel and information is in this game.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see what the approach from GK is going to be. Chalet is a map where they can go for those lurk plays. We've seen Blaz do that a lot. Neskin was also part of the equation into some of those attacks. I don't really think you can do it to the same level on Bank just because of the layout. Chalet has a lot of, staircases that kind of connect most of the bomb sites together, whereas you look at top floor, you're not really going to get any flanks up square. You're not really going to be able to push up through main stairs. You're not going to push up through spiral. You can't really play those lurk walls. You have to go windows, for example. You don't really get that. Basement, again, it's like Fort Knox. There ain't no way you're going to be able to crouch walk into site without somebody knowing.
No.
Maybe the mid floor. You might get a bit of luck in towards tellers and archives. But again, it's just very difficult to kind of play that same play style. So I think you have to go by the books. You have to go strategic. But if there is an option, which there can be, there always will be options for just those quick little push-ins where you can find space, it will happen. That's why I think GK need to try and play around, but it can't be their only reliant on how to win this map.
No, I'd agree with you, and I think this is going to be a test for GK in terms of depth, in terms of, you know, can you win the rounds?
Can you play normal Siege, guys?
Can you play the tactical game? You know, can you win the rounds where you can't just go in and take a bunch of gunfights? That's going to be the big question for everybody at home to keep their eye on throughout this game. You know, how do GK do when they can't just grab some space, when they can't just, you know, go in and get 2 or 3 kills inside a site? Are they able to set up for an execute, for example? Are they able to set themselves up efficiently, effectively, in time to get that diffuser down? They may well need to do that on Bank on the attack.
Against a strong side who we know can play that strategic siege. Look at what they did on the basement attack for Chalet, how clean that was. It was a 3-2-1.
Nice line. Sorry about the way there.
Not at all.
I've actually got in the stream. I've got a few things to do. It's not my stream day anyway. Stream day's tomorrow.
Just because they're the more
So
team
thanks
of
for tuning in.
They know what you need to do to win
tomorrow,
a
maybe.
Whereas GK, we
Hopefully.
just don't know because they are still a very young side together.
I've done an announcement in my Discord. I'm a little bit busy this week,
we
so
just had a little bit of a tech issue there.
I'm going to try stream.
We've got GK
If I don't,
back in the lobby, I
I'll try.
believe, and we'll just make sure everything is right
Bye.
and in order.